So we are getting into our first replay of the day, which is going to be diamond. All right, so we're going to look at some diamond threes. Probably cover 5, 6, 7 replays today. I mean, a little bit of a continuation of last week, half step. These touches, if they keep bugging me, we're gonna have to talk about it. Really, like the general thing is controlling out of defense. You know, that's a touch that we don't control. It just centers for the other team. And this is another touch that we don't control, and it just centers for the other team. And the simple advice is just hit a grounder up the wall. Instead of it being a boom where it ricochets off the wall, just hit a grounder, and it's that easy. I'll try to see like what's breaking down, because like you see we lose control right there too. It's really just turning these saves into control. More than one touch. And it's hard because this time you go to control, but this would have been a great play to boom, to like aerial up for this and just ricochet it. And it's like we go to control right here, but this is when we don't want to control. So obviously there's a little bit of game sense going on that I want to try to make like super black and white for you. I want to say it's something positioning related. Really good job playing for that outlet. Good shot. Really good. Because, I mean, I've covered it before with you where we need to hit it through corner boost. We need to control. We need to take a 50. If you're going to boom it, it needs to be at least past the midfield line, right? Anything in between is just a throwaway. And remember, you can't play perfect. Half step, I feel like what we need to do is just focus our booming clears. I mean, last week I talked to you about hitting the ball up the sidewall to transition, not going to corner as much, their corner. If you remember last week's review, and I feel like I see you trying to do that, but we're just like hitting it. We're not hitting the grounder. And it's like we either need grounders, some sort of soft touch control, a 50, or a boom all the way down the field. But since we talked about it last week, I almost feel like we just need to control more. But then it's like I watched this gameplay, and this one's tough. This one's tough, but like a grounder would have prevented this, right? And it crossbarred and stuff. But even if that didn't crossbar, we have someone right here that would have played it off the backboard. And I just feel like we need to like hit grounders up our back wall, up our corner, taking 50s on the wall right here. And if we're going to boom it, it's a boom all the way downfield. But I also want you to focus on this transition control where we're keeping our touches close. But then our control can't look like this. This is when I want you to boom the ball because someone's hard pressing you, like a little redirect, a doink. But with some of these other plays, it's like we have the space to control. Like, I want this. I want that. I want that. And you could always take a 50 there. Because the biggest root of this game, the biggest problem is we're stuck on defense, and a lot of our touches are giving the opponents easy goals. And I feel like the simple thing, take 50s in our defensive corner, try to take 50s on the wall, try to keep our touches close, hit grounders up the wall, get a follow-up touch. Otherwise, we need to, like, beat the player. Like, if you're going to boom the ball, you need to beat a player. So, like, our booms are not beating a player. It's just turning into a throwaway. Your offense looks good, half step. The issue with this replay, we're stuck on defense the entire time. We haven't been able to be offensive. Your demos, your rotations look good. I even feel like your positioning looks good. We just need a little bit more defensive control, like I talked about. That would have solved or made this replay a bit better. And it's not a bad replay either. It's just very clear cut what the issue was with this, and yeah, now I really think it's grounders and 50s, and maybe grounders and 50s, because like I know mechanics are kind of the root for this. Like we need a little bit more control based mechanics, but I think the first step is getting a first touch, a second touch, and a follow up, and then maybe a flick or up the wall for a sidewall clear. And yeah, like some of the mistakes are teammates too, but I am just focusing on you individually. Not bad. Not bad. I think what I want to give you a training pack. I don't do this often for replay. I personally think you'd benefit from free play, just hitting the ball at the wall, just repping that out. But you could do this training pack that kind of sets up what I'm talking about, where ground shot long, where you are playing a back man, right? And focus like your hard clears downfield, hard clears up the wall, follow on the wall. Maybe it's transition control turning into dribbles.